Welcome viewers. Now today we'll discuss a brief know-how about the cardiac action potential. Before going to discuss the detail of the cardiac action potential, I would like to tell you what the cardiac potential is. The cardiac action potential is a brief change in the voltage, that is the membrane potential across the cell membrane of these heart cells. This is caused by the movement of charged or atoms called ions between inside and outside of the cell membrane through proteins called ion channels. Now let's see the action potential. It's a cardiac action potential. It is basically divided into 5 phases. The first phase is called phase 0 or 0 phase, which is also known as the rapid depolarization phase. In this rapid depolarization phase, what happened? Listen carefully. Opening of the fast sodium channels that allows the sodium into the cytoplasm. As the sodium channels opens, immediately rapid entry of sodium will result in this peak. After this stage, phase 1 happened. The phase 1, that is called rapid repolarization stage, sometimes called partial repolarization stage. By this stage, the opening of the potassium channel happened. The opening of the potassium channels happened, which allows the efflux of positively charged potassium ions outside the cell. At the same time, when the potassium is going out from the cell, the fast sodium channels are suddenly closed. The fast sodium channels are suddenly closed. This phase is a short phase. This phase is a very short phase. So we can say it is a partial repolarization phase or rapid repolarization stage. Now come to the phase 2, that is the plateau phase. It is also called the plateau phase, in which plateau is produced. Here look at this, at number 2, this is the plateau which is produced in this phase 2. The voltage sensitive calcium channel open. The voltage sensitive listen carefully. Voltage sensitive calcium channel open to facilitate the influx of the calcium. To balance the repolarizing effect of the potassium. These calcium channels open to balance the efflux of the potassium, which start in the last phase 1. To balance this, the calcium channel open and it will make a plateau over here. Now come to the phase 3. It is the phase 3. What happened in this phase 3? It is also known as the rapid repolarization of cardiac cells. It is called the rapid repolarization of the cardiac cells. What happened in this phase? The calcium channels are suddenly closed. In this channel, the calcium channels are suddenly closed. In this phase, the calcium channels are suddenly closed. Potassium channels open to efflux the potassium. The net result is that the gain of sodium at this stage, the gain of sodium and loss of potassium and the loss of potassium, this imbalance of sodium and potassium is corrected by the sodium potassium ATPases which are present all over the body. Now, what happened in this phase 4? Very simple. The action potential is now going to, another action potential is going to regenerate. The phase, in this phase 4, the sodium re-enters into the cardiac cells. Sodium re-enters into this cardiac cells, but this re-entry is very slow and gradual. Here you can see in the first stage the rapid entry of the sodium channel make this peak, but here in this phase, the last 4 phase, there is no rapid entry of sodium, so it is a very slow and gradually, so this peak is going on very slowly. The spontaneous depolarization automatically brings the cell to the threshold of the next action potential. Again, this threshold will again meet to produce or to brings the next action potential. Okay, hopefully you will understand the action potential of the cardiac cell. Thank you.